What is going on, YouTube? I got a controversial video for you today. And one of my videos not controversial. I guess some are. Don't follow that lines of it. But I'm going to read you a list. And I'm going to tell you what these people have in common. Let me bring out my old trusty list. Justin Timberlake, Sandra Bullock, Miley Cyrus, Eva Mendes, Jason Segel, Jessica Alba, Jackie Chan, Rihanna, Chris Rock, Taylor Swift, Tom Cruise, Madonna, Barack Obama, Steven Spielberg, Bill Clinton, Lady Gaga, Howard Stern, Ray Lewis. What do these guys have in common? They were bullied, people. Let me give you guys an interesting twist on something. Now, some of you may not believe in God, right? But let me tell you something. If you don't, whatever you believe in, I want you to think about that for a second. There's a universal law that I have found to be true. You better watch out from the people you pick on, because you are giving them power, a power so strong Superman couldn't go against this power. What is that power? A will, hear me out on this one, to succeed. Some people ask, how do you have motivation? Well, you're just giving it to them. I always use the example of kids in high school. Guys, junior high and high school shapes us as individuals. It shapes us because those same lousy cowards, they have the audacity to judge people because of their study habits, how they dress, because they choose to want to be individuals. They love to come to school to pick on other people. A jock, person that's born with looks, something that you don't have to work to have. How do they end up? Bussing tables at a restaurant when they're in their 30s? It was given to him. You know, I'm going to give you the story of Ray Lewis, and some of you may not know this story. And here's why it bothered me. I was at a Super Bowl game, watching the game, and somebody in that room had the audacity to say, I don't like that guy. I said, why? Because he does too much talking about this motivational stuff and all this other kind of crap. Nobody needs to know that. Just do it. Here's why that statement bothered me. Ray Lewis was a guy who watched his mother get beat by the stepfather as a kid. He still has a mark on his head to this day, on his forehead, because he was thrown into a bed rail. You know what Ray Lewis took from that situation? You want to know why Ray Lewis was so fierce on that football field? I would have hated to be the person that would carry that ball if Ray Lewis was coming toward me. Because Ray Lewis that day said, I'm going to work out. He started doing the card deck workout. He took one deck. He would work through one deck of cards. He would turn over 10, he would do a 10. If he turned over 6, he'd do a 6. If he turned over Joker, he worked his way up to 50. To the point where he worked himself up to 3 decks. And you guys know the rest of the story. Ronnie Coleman, Mr. Olympia, was picked on. He took the weights. There are so many stories you can dig deep on people who are successful now that they would love to send thank you cards to their haters. So what is my saying? Hang in there. bullying is not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing when the person that's bullied, which probably at that point doesn't know it, doesn't know what gift they're given. If you're getting bullied right now, whether it's adult or whether it is in high school and you know it, don't rush to change that. Because here's the thing. We all are going to face some adversities in our life. Life is not fair. Oh, let me take that back. Life is fair. Life is supposed to throw you curves. What are you talking about, Abdul? That was the wrong statement to use. Because with those bruises you get, it makes you a better person. With that failure that you encounter, it makes you a better person. All you have to do is don't be afraid to face it. A friend of mine was talking today, and he sent me a video of Chris Rock. And he was having an interview with Seinfeld. And Chris Rock said, he was bullied also back in the day. This is why he developed his comedy, because he came up with a way to kind of be wittier than the actual bullies. But anyways, he said bullies should be allowed. Who's going to create the next the cure for AIDS? It's going to be some nerd that's locked up in a room that doesn't really fit in with the rest of society, and he's going to just work on his craft, something that he loves doing because that brings pleasure to his life. You know? They were talking about the guy who has the Daily Show. I can't think of his name. Of how a cat pissed in his car when he had a gremlin to take his girl to work. I mean, a girl to the prom. You know, I mean, look. We always rushing to everyone's aid to help them. When it looks like they're down, let them stay down. Because I tell you what, if they get up, they have just became a stronger person. If they get up and move on and keep moving on. So that's my thing to you guys. Most of you on this channel don't fit in. You don't relate to the people that you're around that happen to be your family. You feel like you're the only one like this. You feel like that no one can understand you. We all understand each other. Nobody needs to understand us. But at the same time, the ideas, the thoughts that are going on in this room, and the questions you send me about how I can't even, I have so much passion behind it. I can't even say the words. How much you're willing to sacrifice to get this thing called success. You've been on this road for years, and it's your time to move in that direction. So that's all I want to say, guys. Bullying, people putting you down, player hating is not that bad of a thing. Because you could be down, no motivation, and all of a sudden somebody comes to you and you hear something of the equivalent of nah, 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 which was a word invented to put people down and was created by people who didn't like making mistakes. Kids, some kids. You can't wait to come back and just do something. It's like Jim Rohn said, the law of revenge. Sometimes you want to just take that Mercedes and drive it in their front yard. Because they didn't believe in you, which you don't really need belief. But all it was hurt people hurting people. I'll leave you with that, guys. Thank you guys for watching this channel. Please subscribe. And until next time, we just reached 10,000 likes over there on Facebook. Let's get it to 20,000. But until next time, signing off.